Hey guys, welcome to episode 21 of Unethical Podcast.
Weird Bush.
Our guest host for this episode is Bryce Andrus of Drunk Splain Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about dating a catfish. Welcome to Unethical Podcast. Welcome.
Bonjour.
Everybody.
Good to see you, Celeste. Long time no see.
It's been a while. It's been a minute. We're going to go fishing across the pond today. We're hoping to catch a catfish.
Meow. Bloop, bloop.
Bubble, bubble.
All right, Richard is no longer allowed to speak this episode.
Back to my corner.
Wow, you got cut off so fast.
All right. There's 3 girls and 3 guys from Surrey, UK under the surface. We're going to try to find the right one, okay? So everybody pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait a
Let's
minute.
go.
Are they dead? Why are they below the surface?
Because they're catfishes.
Oh.
Meow.
Catfish.
Bloop, bloop.
I said no more.
Okay. Sorry.
Wow.
3 guys, 3 girls.
Sounds like a party.
Sick. I like
Yes.
where your mind's at.
Not any party that I ever got invited to. In 2012, a teenage girl named Jessica had her boyfriend named Connor over for a sleepover. So his grandmother had just died and he needed a shoulder to cry on. But before the two were ready to fall asleep, her boyfriend started getting pretty handsy and aggressive, and he sexually assaulted her while her grandma was asleep in the other room.
A dick.
Asshole.
I agree. What a dick. Afterwards, he fell asleep, and Jessica couldn't sleep because she was hurt and confused by the whole thing. And so she turned to look at her attacker. And she realized, looking at his profile, that this was the first time she'd actually seen him without his hood up and his hat pulled down. Okay? And she realized that the boy in her bed wasn't Connor at all. It was actually her friend Alice's boyfriend, a boy named Aaron.
We've all done that, right? Slipped into the wrong bed and
No.
kissed your best friend on the lips, who just happens to be a guy.
All of a sudden, it's just like an entanglement of beards.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going on. There's just beard hair everywhere.
Wet Velcro.
It's like someone with a beard exploded.
Mm.
Oh
It's
my
definitely
God.
just beard hair, though. No other kind
Yeah.
of hair that looks like beard hair.
Hopefully.
That's why I have the beard.
You would hope.
Probable deniability. That's why I got this beard.
So the guy in the bed was her best friend's boyfriend.
Yes.
Right. So her best
Yeah.
friend's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
Aaron left as soon as he woke up. And then Jessica told her friend Alice what happened. Alice is Aaron's girlfriend. And so the two confronted Aaron and he denied everything. But the confusion was quickly cleared up when Jessica's ex-boyfriend Luke confessed on Facebook that it was actually him who had done it. So he had dumped Jessica for being frigid, but he was jealous of Jessica and Connor. And so he pulled down his hat and pulled up his hood and showed up pretending to be Connor so that he could assault Jessica and Jessica wouldn't like Connor anymore and then maybe take him back.
Ah.
Shortly after that, Connor's twin brother Andy also confessed to it.
So which one of them did it?
Confused yet?
Yes.
Let's rewind.
Okay.
Is this a riddle?
No.
This is such a foolish plan, regardless. Like, what?
Keep in mind, all of these people are like 15, 16.
Even more foolish.
So they're confessing to actually sexually assaulting a girl. Like, why would you put your hand up to say you actually did it?
Because these boys were friends with Aaron, and Aaron was catching the blame for it.
Right.
And they were standing up for their bud. So whether
Okay.
they did it just to take the focus off of him and maybe make it more confusing, or if one of
Right.
them actually did it, we were going to have to go back to find out.
It was an altruistic assault.
Bros before hoes, man.
Bros before hoes is how that old saying goes. Tally saw what I did there. But yeah, he was only assaulting her to like make her love him. So don't worry about it.
Love me.
It's so fucking crazy.
The minds of children, I suppose.
Keep your crazy capacity low, okay? Because there's a lot more crazy
Oh,
coming.
good.
Oh God, I'm so excited. Lay it on.
Alice and Jessica met in high school. And then Alice had a friend named Gemma who also spent a lot of time with the girls. So Gemma was older than them, but they went to the same school, and Gemma had a car. And so they were excited about Gemma because she had a really nice fucking car. Gemma's old man was MI5, and they had money to spare.
Nice.
And so just to give you a little bit on Gemma here, Gemma once told her mom that she wanted to kill herself. And her mom asked what would make her happy. And Gemma said a new car would make her happy. And so her mom bought her a new car.
Oh,
So-
God.
So the three girls were very close, and they hung out all the time until Gemma went off to college, and then they started spending a little bit of less time together. And then it was down to pretty much just Alice and Jessica. One day, a stranger by the name of Aaron Lampard added Alice on MSN Messenger, which was the absolute tits in 2004 to
Oh
2007.
my God, I loved it.
So, I mean, this happened a lot of times on MSN Messenger, right? Like, I mean, most of the time it was like the school bullies just like catfishing you, pretending to be a dude so they could laugh at you.
At
least it was for me.
I catfished a guy on Messenger because you could get MSN Messenger you could get on its own, like its own little program, but you could also get Windows Messenger. So I'd make myself online
Yes.
with Windows Messenger, and then I made this fake profile to try and like be pick up one of my friends, pretend to be a girl, but he wouldn't suspect it was me because he knew it was a real person. We live in a town with like fucking 3,000 people, but he knew what he just didn't think it was me. It was like the biggest mystery around my high school for like a year of who this other person was because I just was always online when this other person was online. And then I got busted one day by him. He like messaged me, "How's it going? How's it going? What are you doing? What are you doing?" I found out it was you, you little prick. I was like, ah! It's like a whole year of tricking this guy. It was awesome. MSN was fun for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, so a lot of that on MSN. And you know, like MSN was also kind of good for that too, because like there was like this neighborhood like kind of hood rat kid. They didn't really know, but he added me on MSN one day, and we actually ended up being really good friends for a long time. We kind of still are. So, you know, sometimes it's you roll a dice and you just accept everyone. So yeah, MSN was a beautiful thing. So Alice told her friends about Aaron, and as it turned out that Gemma knew Aaron. Gemma was dating Aaron's older brother, whose name was Jack. And so Gemma vouched for this guy, and Alice got really into it, and they were like totes BFGF, okay? So after a while, they met up in person, but Aaron was very hesitant to meet up for a long time. And eventually she just sort of gave him the ultimatum. Either we meet or I don't want anything to do with you anymore. And so the two met in person. And Aaron was very charming. He wore hoodies and loose jeans, and he always wore like a knit cap with baubles on it. And I always thought it was kind of cute. It didn't bother her. And then soon after she met him in person, she introduced Aaron to Jessica, and then the three became really close. And so Aaron would often talk to all of them on MSN Messenger and on the phone, and he would ask Jessica for advice on like how to be a good boyfriend to Alice. And then Jessica and Gemma would talk to Alice about all the nice things that he said about her, because Gemma spent time with Aaron because she was seeing his older brother. Okay? So good guy, huge bush.
Yep.
For the most part, he was kind of dramatic. He tended to always have like family members that just died, but lots of teenagers pull that shit. So
Also, like, why wouldn't you just ask the person you're trying to date what they want?
Because teenagers don't do that. It's always like ask your friend if they like me kind of thing. That's just how they roll.
Oh, I guess I was one of the awkward ones. I don't know.
Well,
I was just like, you're funny. I like you. Let's go do something. And they'd be like, okay, what do you want to do? And I'm like, let's blow up a microwave. And they're like,
it's a lot easier when you're pretty.
I'll see you at school on Monday.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
They always said no. That was my point. They're like,
Oh,
no.
Yeah, but the confidence to ask comes from being pretty.
I definitely would have blown shit up with
I just
you.
have confidence in myself. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Have you guys ever put a CD in a microwave?
No.
Coolest colors I've ever seen in my life. It's like better than Pink Floyd lights show.
For real?
Only small. It's small
That's
scale.
cool.
Pink Floyd light show.
What is this? A Pink Floyd light show for ants?
Yeah. Have little chairs.
Oh shit. I think I'm keeping up.
Yes, I'm keeping up for sure. But it is lots of people, but I'm good. I got this.
I'm definitely not keeping up.
I'm gonna say maybe you can give us a little bit more insight because you're probably the closest person who just got out of high school. How old are you, Bryce?
How old do you think I am?
I think you just finished senior year and then joined the CIA, got out of CIA training, and now you're here to like infiltrate some sort of unethical something. I don't know why you're here. Christy probably is the target. That's my guess. It's the easiest way to get over to Australia. And you're about 24. 24, I'm going to say.
No, I'm thinking Doogie Howser. Graduated early, straight into the CIA after that. So I'd say 19.
Damn, I'm looking good for my age.
You're looking cherubish for your age.
I'm 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not hard to look good for your age at 25.
Yeah. I'm in my prime. It's kind of sucks, you know. I look shitty for my prime, but you know, whatever.
If this is my prime, that's not good.
When's you gonna be your prime? What do you think your prime's gonna be?
I peaked in high school.
Oh God.
Yeah, I get that vibe from you. Anyway. Anywho. He was super particular about his hat. This was a thing about Aaron. Okay. Alice confronted him about his dumb hat wearing. And she found out that he was like really insecure about his looks. As a result of this, he would actually keep all of his clothes on and turn the lights off during sex. And so the toque was kind of a security blanket thing for him.
Did he wear the hat too?
Yes. He wore like all of his clothes. And
Wow.
he preferred that she did too, from what I understand. Anyway, so she met Aaron. Lots of people knew him. We'll cross Aaron off. He's not our catfish. Okay? It's about time that Jessica got herself a boyfriend too. Jessica got herself a DM from a lad named Luke Jones on Facebook. Luke was a friend of Aaron's, as I mentioned earlier, and he'd heard about Jessica from Aaron and wanted to meet her. And Jessica got right into Luke. Like very quickly, they're in an online relationship. She described him as chavvy, and I don't know what that means. I think it just means douchey.
Chav is like the American white trash.
Oh.
Or like a Aussie bogan.
That doesn't help.
So like
white
know,
gangster, like wankster type with like the low hanging pants and the
I think I understand,
Exactly.
Christy.
Yeah, so like the trailer park people.
Okay. So she described him as wearing snapbacks, Adidas jackets, and Nikes, and said that he texted like a tool. So he would spell like LYK, this DIS, like texted like an absolute like tool. Okay. But here's the thing about Jessica, and I can fully understand from this perspective, she was a chubby teenager and as such probably insecure. And so even though it didn't seem like she really liked him very much, she dated him anyway. So after a while, they too also met in person. And he was kind of like what she expected, douchey but cute. So he started pressuring her for sex pretty quickly into their relationship, and she would always say no. But he would get his hand in her pants every now and then, and she didn't like that. So eventually she went on vacation with her family, and when she'd gotten back, she found out that a classmate of hers had actually started up an online relationship with Luke while she was away. The relationship was over. So, but either way, we can cross him off too. Bad guy, tiny bush, not a catfish.
Luke's typically would have a tiny bush. I'm just going to say that. A blanket statement for me, all Lukes have tiny bushes. Keep going.
Okay, fair enough. All idiots have big dicks. All Lukes have tiny ones.
Yes,
very well.
exactly.
All right. Okay, so finally, Connor McCormick comes into the picture. This is going to be the one, guys. I can feel it. Shortly after Luke fucked off on Jessica, she started another Facebook flirtation with Connor McCormick. And he was a stranger to her, like entirely. No connections, no nothing. So Connor and Jessica met up actually really quickly in comparison to Aaron and Luke. They were both hesitant. They met up very quickly. And she was initially attracted to his Justin Bieber hair and skinny jeans button-up shirt combo on his Facebook pictures.
Yep, she's reeling that one in.
Oh yeah, 100%. So in person, he didn't dress like this or look like this. He always wore a hat pulled down, and I'm talking like this, okay? And hood up, pulled over the hat.
Yeah, that's not sketch at all.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool if they made hats like that, though, with like eye holes through the front, and then you could hold it down like that, and you can really see.
It's called a balaclava, Richard.
But a Bella Hatva. I'm not saying
Copyright.
Property of unethical media.
Can we sell those on our birch wall? Can we get
Sure,
Bella
we
Hatvas
can.
made?
Absolutely. We'll do that.
Bella Hatvas.
Just like, anyways, keep going.
Okay. So he attributed this to being shy. He told her that he had alopecia. And so alopecia is essentially hair loss. So that's why he always wore the hat. And he told her this through text. Connor never spoke in person. He would always text out what he wanted to say on his phone and then pass it to her so she could read it. Or he would use gestures. Okay? Weird guy, suspicious bush.
Weird bush.
Just weird bush, okay?
He's probably got like paper clips in there and
This is the same dude
and-
giving the Justin Bieber vibes on MSN.
Apparently, yeah.
Good for him.
Same guy. So, despite the suspiciousness of his bush, Jessica wasn't bothered by any of it at first. And then eventually, as she started to get more frustrated with it, many of Connor's friends and even his brother, his twin brother Andy, who I mentioned, reached out to her on Facebook to tell her that Connor had never been so happy. He was such a great person. He just needed time to be comfortable, and that he would be like the best boyfriend ever. And so over the next 4 months, Jessica fell literally head over heels in love with Connor. And he was always sweet to her. He never pressured her to do anything she didn't want to do. And they bonded quite a bit with, you know, his grandma passing away, and she lived with her grandma. So she understood, you know, grandparents are very special, and, you know. So Luke's confession of pretending to be Jessica's boyfriend, Connor, in order to fuck over their relationship doesn't entirely fit the facts, but it would fit the facts if there was never any Connor, and that it was actually Luke the whole time hiding his face and his voice by pulling his hat down and always texting.
How do you not, I guess is it all internet relationship? Like, how do you not know who the fuck person is even with their hat down? It's like the Superman theory. Like, sorry, Superman took his glasses, Clark Kent took his glasses off. Oh my God, who could Superman be? Like,
yeah.
Yes.
and disguised voice.
I guess.
Or no voice, I
Yeah.
guess. Man, their conversations must have been slow as hell. There's no way. I'd be like, I mean, yeah, you're nice, but you're so fucking boring. Like,
Yeah.
I can't have these conversations like this. I can't do this.
And imagine like it went when what? Yeah, that's so true. It would have been so boring. And when was this? Like 2007? You said like something like that.
This would have been 2011 or 2012.
Yeah, because I don't know if all phones would have been touchscreen typed quickly, but it still probably would have been half alphanumeric typing on this fucking texts, right? So if you're on your phone, like A B C.
The NVs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there even unlimited texting then?
No, probably not. No.
In 2011, 2012?
So he could only.
Oh,
It totally was. It totally was.
Was there?
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Maybe, I don't
So
know.
graduated.
Well, that was good for their
2010.
relationship. That was an upgrade.
One of the
Yeah.
things about Connor is that he was like, he came from a very wealthy family. He lived in like a gated community, like the kind of gated community that like Simon Cowell would live in. And so he probably had like the latest in technology. So I really don't think he was alphanumeric texting.
Yeah. Okay.
But either way,
But it's like she asked the question, he's got to type it out and then hand the phone to her so that she can
these
read
kids
it.
are like 15, 16. I don't think they spent a whole lot of time talking.
Plus, they couldn't even. Oh, I got you. But how does he kept his hat over his eyes? So how's he even seeing the phone to text or take his dingle out and put it into a vajayjay?
Well,
how does he
they
do
never
any
had
of this?
sex, but they like apparently made out a lot.
I got you. So with a hat
You
on,
could do that
though,
with a hat over your eyes?
that's what I mean. Like,
I
Try
guess, you
that.
know,
I'm gonna
like
try
keep
that.
your eyes closed, like hats up. I don't know. You know, maybe it's just a trust thing. He just trusted her that she wouldn't.
That's when he changed to the Bella Hatfa.
Keep it in mind, okay? We'll just think on it.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Gosh.
all of
Mhm.
this would fit the facts if there's never any Connor. Okay, it's just Luke the whole time. But
Yeah.
something happened next. Jessica filed a police report before Luke confessed to assaulting her, and the police found poor Aaron standing outside of their school waiting to pick up Alice, and they arrested him because she named him in the report. And so he was taken to be strip searched before he was booked. And he refused to remove his clothes. He was fucking pissed about this whole thing. Okay. The police tackle him to the ground. They managed to get his hat and his hoodie off. And then they made a discovery. And then they brought their discovery to Jessica and Alice. And the truth came out. Luke was catfishing Jessica by pretending to be Connor. But Luke was also catfishing Alice, because Luke was also Aaron. And as it turned out, the identity of Luke and Aaron and Connor was in fact Gemma Barker, their friend from high school who left to
Oh.
college.
So there's a whole bunch of
What?
mismangled bushes here. I don't like how the bush went from good to bad to weird to all together. This is a pallet of bush.
And now one of them's a lady.
Yeah.
One of them's a lady bush.
Oh my god.
Well, it was always a lady bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
okay. I'm sure you're gonna tell us why, but I was gonna say why very soon. So
Gemma had rich folks, like I mentioned, and she could afford
Yeah.
3 full wardrobes for 3 boys with very different styles. And she also wanted to be an
Wow.
actress. She was a literal master of disguise.
Oh, she's a pistachio.
She is not turtly enough for the turtle farm.
No.
so all these girls were making out with this girl in college and they're 15, 16. Like, isn't this a little rapey too? Isn't there like, well, it was always rapey, but like statutory
A
rapey?
little bit,
Like, isn't there a little bit?
little bit.
Mm.
a little bit.
Okay. And then nobody ever felt, she never felt a boner. Like, dudes are making out, there's boners getting rubbed. Like, what did she have, like a dildo in her pocket?
Yeah, she probably was strapped, man. She probably was strapped.
How could you not know? That's what I'm.
But then
don't
she's
understand.
always hard. That's ridiculous. Like,
Wait,
you
so
need to see a
She's
doctor. Like right now, or you're going to die. Your
Excessive
dick is
Viagra
gonna fall
use.
off.
if you're posing as a dude as a female, do you get a very large dildo or do you go for like average? Like, I feel like that tells a
I
lot
mean, you
about a
can't,
person.
because how can you just always be hard? You like, the lady's gonna be like, we're going to the hospital right now.
You remember how I mentioned that like Aaron always kept his clothes on?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Well, one evening, Aaron was playing with Alice's younger brother and he needed his keys. And so he asked Alice to find them. And so Alice went and had a look-see in his bag and found an average sized pink dildo.
Oh my god. I can't believe I called that. That's disgusting.
I think you go bigger.
She never noticed, and he promised her that it was only ever the one time that he used it. So
Let me ask you a question, Bryce. If you're a man, who you are a man, okay, and you are going to be a woman, you want to go do the opposite of this. What are you going to do for a vagina? What are you gonna go big? Go home? What are you gonna do with that? Like, what's the
Can
opposite?
you have
of
a
this?
big vagina? Is that a like?
I don't know. I don't know what they have for male sex toys, but what I do know is that
Sure you don't, Richard.
I don't. I have perfect. There's 2 great sex toys right here. I use them quite often. Thank you.
And you also have one of the hottest wives ever. So
Yeah.
why would you need a sex toy?
Yeah, you're right. We're thinking about my wife again. God damn it. Oh my God. I'm gonna put up a picture of her.
So that no one can use her picture to catfish.
Oh yeah, no, fuck no. I'm leaving that picture off. Good call, Tally.
Someone copied my Instagram and said there was an OnlyFans.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Has to feel a little good, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like being famous.
So what did Gemma say when she got caught?
Stop feeling me up, coppers.
not a whole lot.
You'll never take me alive.
Gemma
Really?
was arrested for sexual assault, and she was actually also arrested for fraud because she had apparently broken her own jaw and claimed that Luke Jones had done it.
Whoa. That's hard to do. That's a real strong bone.
Yeah, she was method acting like she was fucking Johnny Depp, motherfucker. She was right into that. She was like the Jack Sparrow role of her lifetime. I'm figure banging
Far
kids.
out.
This is gonna be great.
She was evaluated by a psychiatrist, and what the psychiatrist found was that she had autism spectrum disorder and a borderline learning disability, and that made her struggle with social behavior. And so the defense argued that Gemma had done all of this because her friends were abandoning her after she left for college, and she didn't want to lose them.
But she's the one who left.
And she was the one hanging out with like 15-year-olds.
Well,
Yeah.
There's a bunch of weird reasons that's a bad reason.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
She's
I don't
got
like that.
autism, maybe this is how it was flimsy. Anyway, she actually had a couple really good friends in college. One friend of hers had a couple of kids that she spent a lot of time with, and then she'd gotten close to another girl who she was training with to be like emergency responders. She was training to be a police officer, and her friend was training to be a firefighter. And both of those friends speculated that it might just be that she was a lesbian and she couldn't come out because of the whole having like wealthy parents thing. But one of her friends was actually a lesbian herself, and she was like, if that's all it was, she would have come out to me. So in court, she was described as being devoid of any emotion at all, and she didn't really say anything, and so no one knows what was rattling around up there. She ended up serving 30 months in prison, and she was released in 2013. And another one of the things that's been proposed was that she was actually trans, but her demeanor since she's been released is still feminine. So her being outed hasn't changed anything. So I don't think that was it either.
I'm so glad she didn't become a cop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
right.
Well, apparently she really slacked off in college. She was basically just like, my parents are loaded. I don't need a job.
Well, she was being 3 different people.
Yeah,
too.
she was
I
busy.
mean,
She's very, very busy.
Yeah,
girl.
very
yeah,
busy.
she had 3
She was
full-time
actually being
jobs.
6 people.
Well, see, and there's the thing about being organized again too. Like, I feel like there's a personality disorder in there. It's not a learning development.
The psychiatrist was very specific that she did not qualify under any personality disorder.
Huh.
Would the whole rich family thing have anything to do with that, though? Like trying to play it off a certain way?
Mm.
Yeah.
Possibly, but I mean, at that point, it's all over the newspapers.
Or just a shitty therapist
There's a lot of factors at play here.
or whatever.
You just said 6 people. Is that something you're going to tell me more about? Because I'm following through for 3.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Or 4 herself.
no, so she was
If you
being
count
the 3
herself.
boyfriends, and then she was also being, not in person, but online. She was being Andy, Connor's twin brother.
Oh yes,
She was
That's
being
right.
Oh,
2
yeah.
friends
That's
of
right.
Connor as well.
I forgot about the online people.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
So she maintained 6 personalities for like the duration of this fiasco. And she was very
Oh,
talented
Jesus
at it,
Christ.
honestly. Like all of them had very different, with the exception of Connor, because he never spoke. They had very different ways they walked. They had incredibly different ways of speaking and their voices, but they were masculine, like very masculine voices for both of them, and very different. Jessica said that she was really flat-chested and that's why she couldn't feel anything. That's not actually true. There are some pictures of Gemma where actually she's got quite a bit of Tata going on. So
Tata. Gemma, what's her last name? I gotta see this
Barker.
girl. Barker. It's so crazy that I leave one person's three different people. Like, you got to be stupid, or this person's a master of disguise. Like turtle. Like, what the fuck?
The girls also said that when they first met Aaron, they noticed that he had the same smile as Gemma. They just played it off as, just a similarity.
Isn't that coincidence?
Yeah.
I could see.
It's actually like the middle of the nose up that people recognize, like facial recognition.
I don't know. The other thing that I noticed too is that she doesn't seem to wear makeup in any of her photos. And so I was thinking, well, maybe she just wore a lot of makeup as Gemma, but that doesn't seem to be a factor here either. I have no idea how they didn't recognize her. That seems insane to me.
Blinded by love. I'm telling you, it's a real thing.
I don't know. I feel like maybe on some level they
Teenage,
did know.
also teenage dum brain, puppy love brain or whatever.
Well, okay, so here's actually another interesting thing. If you think these girls are just like deluded and ridiculous, they're actually not alone. In 2015, a woman named Gail Newman was arrested for pretending to be a man named Kai Fortune and sexually assaulting a woman that she met online. And this went on over months, okay? In order to agree to meet up, Kai made her promise that she would wear a blindfold whenever they were together because he had horrible scarring from various surgeries and injuries.
Oh my God.
Okay. And she obliged. She wore a blindfold whenever they were together. And he claimed that he had to wear a hat because he had scarring from a brain tumor, that he had to wear a special compressing vest because he suffered injuries to his torso. Like it was a whole thing. And then in fact, Gail, the offender, even became friends with the woman because Kai told her he was friends with Gail and that he thought that they would get along really well. Okay.
Oh my God.
And so one night when they were having sex for like the bajillionth time, she removed her blindfold and she saw Gail taking her to Pound Town with a strap on.
Okay, I'm not a girl, but doesn't a dick feel different than a strap on? Like, wouldn't you know the instant difference?
Thank you.
I mean, think Alice and
should.
Jessica were both virgins, so with them, no.
I'm not answering the question.
I want the lesbian opinion.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you have insight here.
Where's your
that
real
we
dick?
need.
Yeah, what there's no
You got to be a
there's
team player
there's
here,
no real
Christy.
one.
Does it feel different?
In the throes, no.
Okay, cool. There you go.
Yeah, no, I can answer that. I mean, geez, no, I'm not a lesbian and I can answer that.
It's very, very obvious at first. Like it's very obvious at first, but once it's happening, it's kind of much of a muchness.
Well, there you go. See?
something I never would have thought of.
Learn something new every day.
I figure.
It doesn't feel like
Sorry.
skin. I mean,
Sorry, Bubby.
Well, I don't have things inserted in me.
Why are you sorry? I think everyone would kind of assume that in a relationship, that's what goes down. I don't. Well, yeah.
yeah. But I'm like, why are we making a big deal out of this?
Well, now,
I don't
like
understand.
with technology and everything, they're becoming more and more lifelike. So,
Oh yeah, you can stick them on a jackhammer these days.
Oh my God, I saw an ad for one the other day that like you just like on a wall. Well, you don't have to, but you can. And it's got like an accordion in it. So it actually goes like bzz, 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 bzz. So it's not like the like solid piece on a rod, like a rod where it was just like
yeah, so you stand
pound?
still and it moves for you.
yeah, and it just like extends and retracts. And it's like much more like
what I was
realistic
talking about.
than just like
They, like,
being on a piece of metal.
Basically a jackhammer.
Hey, Richard, do you need any special tools?
I got my hands, man. I'm good.
Same, buddy.
Yeah, he showed
I But to put it this way, if we didn't have like just flashlight shaped cum filled buckets as our only source of sex toy, it might be cool.
You don't. There's like literally so many male sex toys. Like so many.
Yeah, but none that are practical. That's what I'm saying. The only practical one would be like a fleshlight or fleshlight type thing, but
What's
still fucking gross and
practical?
weird. You gotta, like,
What is the list of qualifications for it being
not
practical?
a fucking like a weird sex doll toy. First of all, it goes right up from like a real doll sex thing to like a fucking fake ass with like where are you gonna put that? Like, oh, it's just my pillow, kids. You know, it's not practical at all. It's not a real fucking thing.
Where are you gonna put it?
Sex toys for
You
guys is
sleep
not
on
the
it.
same. Yeah, exactly.
Female sex toys aren't practical either.
Just store it on the coffee table. You can use it to hold your remotes.
Just put a pencil in the asshole and I can put my rings in there. Like,
There we go with the pencils
You could find
again.
space for it. I think as far as realism, male sex toys definitely have the advantage. Like
I don't know. I've never fucked
most
one. I
female
couldn't
sex
tell you.
toys feel like not real whatsoever, and you have to do all the work. So
Wait, did we just establish they felt real?
I just hope they're easy to clean.
okay, a strap-on is different because it's attached to a human being. But if you're just using a dildo,
Yeah.
it's not the same thing. It's not. You're never in the throes when you're using a dildo. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, that's right. No,
I'm learning a lot today.
it's DIY, so you know that it's not real. But when it's someone else doing it, like in these girl situations, when it's someone else doing it to you, and you know you're really into it and you really like this person, it's especially if I'd had a few drinks. I think I might. I don't know.
There's a lot to be said for foreplay too.
I think the only reason you would know is because some of them, I think mainly the straps, you would know. Like if you put your hands on the person, you would feel the straps and stuff. So that would be a dead giveaway. But you can also get strap-ons that are technically hands-free, like they go inside the other person.
Yeah.
I don't think teenagers get super handsy. They just lay there.
I don't know. It's different,
So-
you know. Like when you're actually like with another person, assuming the foreplay is good.
Yes.
I'm saying that because I was once
Yes.
a teenager and that's what I did. Not that, okay. Just had to get that out of the way.
I didn't have an active teenage sex life. I have no idea, but
I don't remember my teenage years, so I don't know. Maybe I was handsy. Who knows? I drank too, so
Yeah.
there's that.
if you've had a good foreplay session and then you know it goes from there, you're just like, yep, this feels good, yep, still feels good, cool.
yeah.
So-
Well, you know, being a girl and not actually having a wiener, she obviously was like very generous, like upstairs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't matter. You're just like pretty much just stick anything in me, just anything. It doesn't matter. Just find something.
Do you guys know who Phil Hartman is? Do you remember Phil Hartman? He was
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a piggyback ride from him once.
That's right. One of his stand-up jokes is, I don't think lesbians should be able to use dildos. They made their choice, which is hilarious.
Bitter.
Oh, shit.
Just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jessica and Alice are both actually doing really well now. They both have real boyfriends with real boy parts who like they met in real life through real people. Alice actually still chooses to remain anonymous. That's not her real name. She's still anonymous, but Jessica blames Mark Zuckerberg.
So she's smart.
Actually, okay, I actually really recommend for anybody listening to watch The Girl Who Became Three Boys. Just put it into YouTube. The whole doc is there. Like, it's actually, Jessica is the most interesting person I've ever seen interviewed. She's fucking hilarious. Okay.
Awesome.
Is she still a teenager at the time?
No, she would have been like around 20, I think. This was a few years after
Oh.
it happened, but she's just like, I can't even describe her.
Is she? I'm picturing, you guys seen Little Britain?
No.
I'm picturing.
I
Yeah,
love Little
but
Britain.
no, but yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
but-
is actually kind of like that.
that is a chav.
Why did she blame Zuckerberg?
Because if he hadn't have invented Facebook, none of this ever would have happened, was her exact quote. Which isn't true because Aaron actually met Alice on MSN. So
Yeah. Oh my god.
Could blame Bill Gates.
Yeah. He
you can go
popularized
back.
computers.
Like you can blame the fucking twin brothers for, you know, having the idea for Zuckerberg to steal. You can just go all the way back if you want, but
Well, let's take out Ben Franklin. He created electricity.
social media finds a way. You know what I'm saying?
Social, yeah. If you build it, they will come in each other. Okay. I don't know what to say about this. This Jessica's not smart, eh? Like, no, she, like, for in reality, like, no.
No offense, Jessica. No, you're not terribly bright, but
Okay. I'll
Alice
watch
didn't
it.
seem like quite as Jessica. Honestly, Jessica kind of struck me as very insufferable, to be honest. Like, I actually don't know how anyone was friends with her. They showed her sitting and talking to one of Gemma's friends from college, and every time her friend would start to talk, Jessica would just talk over her, and like, she never said anything. She couldn't finish any of her thoughts because Jessica just wouldn't stop fucking talking.
I'm super grossed out by this, though. It just the whole thing's gross and stupid and gross.
It's just
So
unbelievable.
did she go to jail? What was her consequence?
She served 30
What did she
months.
Okay.
And she's out now.
2.5 years.
Just unbelievable. How do you not recognize your friend? You were friends for years before any of this happened. How do you just not recognize them? Just from like vibe alone. You know, I don't know. You don't you hear stories about like people will say like, I saw a friend of mine on the street and I said hi, and then I realized it wasn't that person. Like, that's really weird to me because I know, like, I can feel, if I'm looking at someone, I can feel that they're the right person just somehow. You know what I mean? Like, I can sense it. You don't get that?
Nope. They got to say hi to me, and I'm like, I look him up and down. Like my brother-in-law, I saw him at the liquor store, and he's like, "Hey, Tal," and like, not a lot of people call me Tal. It's like generally family and friends, and I just like looked him up and down, looked him straight in the eyes, and I was like, "Oh, hey."
Okay, that's weird.
Still didn't even know who he was.
She's like, I'm looking at pictures of her, and she's like that. She's like the ginger before being ginger. Do you know what I mean? Like, not full ginger. She looks like she's like light haired and light skinned.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is not a person that blends in. It's like a rare skin color tone with weird hair. Like, it's not
she's very androgynous though. Like, you have to admit, looking at her.
Yes, I was gonna say that. She looks like she could be a man for sure if she like just changed up a little bit, for sure. I could see that. But if you're in person with this person, it would be, for me, it would be very easy to recognize that this is Gemma. There's no way. There's fucking no way. Maybe the man woman thing through pictures on Facebook or whatever. Sure, you could maybe get away with it. But in person, I don't see it. I don't see how you could get confused by this. But maybe.
Like Celeste said, especially when you've spent so much time with this person already, like, you're gonna know from their mannerisms and the way they sit and the way, you know, I would know instantly. Like, I just don't think I would be able to be fooled like that.
You gotta wonder, because they said that they were like, she was really convincing. She was really convincing as three different people, and like neither one of them picked up on it, even though they both met them. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
I was gonna say, who is that person? Oh, it was Ratchet. Have any of you seen Ratchet?
I have. Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, so you know the woman who came in with the multiple personalities, and her performance was like amazing.
Yeah,
it like that, or even like Split, I think it was called.
But these guys are like trained professional. I've lived my whole life, went to friggin' Juilliard actors, not teenage angst fucking I want to get my pussy wet fucking teenager. It's not the same. You can't compare these two people. It's like saying, oh, my husband, he's a mechanic now. No, he's not. He's a fucking guy who changed a tire. It's just there's differences in levels of this kind of stuff. She is not Daniel Day-Lewis. She is not Tatiana Maslany. It's not happening. She's just a fucking teenager kid.
What if she is? What if she's literally just like an acting prodigy?
then she should be in movies. And I would say get her on. Maybe don't get her on because she has like a child molester kind of vibe to her now.
Yeah.
Everyone in Hollywood is a child molester. Pay attention.
Yeah, she'd fucking fit right in out there, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
She'd fit right in.
Oh, you guys. Fucking.
I love when Celeste has these fucking moments of brilliance. It was like the last time where she's like, yeah, she wants to get him out so she can kill him. Okay, keep going. I like where this is going.
No, this isn't it. This is just remembering something relevant. It's not a breakthrough. I don't have a breakthrough here.
Sorry.
But how is anyone supposed to break through this? It's stupid. Anyway, so YouTube.
Stupid.
Someone commented on our JonBenet part 1. I'm going to read it to you because it's fucking hilarious. Okay, here it is. Okay. So she commented, rich people are mostly satanic pedophiles, and I'm a little disappointed that you pretend to be woke and into conspiracy, but it sounds like you were raised with silver spoons in your mouths. There has been a Ghislaine Maxwell connection also that went unmentioned. It's not like you focus on the topics, more like, look at you looking at this. Whatever, either get woke or don't, but quit pretending. LOL, sounds like a sacrifice to me. You can't hide panda eyes with pageant makeup.
Oh my god.
And I just commented, I was like, literally all of us grew up lower middle class. Did you listen to part 2 before posting this comment?
Yeah.
Are they like what kind of weird algorithms are we on now? Like, we're getting the fucking crazies. This is great.
And I wonder how we sounded like that. Like, we were just telling the story.
It's because we didn't bring up the whole like Pizzagate aspect of it. That's the only reason why, because these people are like fucking satanic cults all over Hollywood and everyone rich is evil.
Well,
and
isn't on there.
It's just not true. Okay, it's just not true.
It's just, that was a pretty good one. You're right. That was a good one. I like that one.
They're all satanic pedophiles. Everyone with money is a satanic pedophile.
How do you think they got the money? No.
They made a deal with the devil. You can have all the money in the world, but you're only attracted to children. That's the deal.
Yep.
Ugh. It's just,
now give me your firstborn.
I don't want money. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll just stay poor, thanks. It's fine.
Bryce hasn't eliminated himself from this. You want to be rich, don't you? You perv. No, I'm just kidding.
Bryce has said like next to nothing this whole episode. Brycey, come on.
He's like, imagine the amount of light beer I could
A lot of
buy.
input when we were talking about the dildos. I don't know what you want from me.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening. Head on over to our Facebook and Instagram to join in on the conversations about all things unethical. Just search Unethical Podcast. You can also find us on Patreon, where you can get access to all of our super awesome content, uncut videos of our discussions, and early release of all the episodes. We are adding fun stuff all the time, so you should definitely come and check it out. Thanks again. We appreciate all of you.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all. Shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Baby, I got your money. Hey, dirty.